Hey YouTubers, I'm Lily and today I'm going to talk to you guys about this. So it's quite simple. I'm going to talk to you guys about the book 50 Shades of Grey. I'm going to tell you guys why you should not believe a goddamn word about BDSM that this book says. So with 50 Shades of Grey coming out in the cinema really soon, I guess, well actually it's coming out tomorrow, Valentine's Day, oh my god. Anyway, a lot of couples are thinking, yeah, let's go see a movie about BDSM or bondage sex or whatever, when most of them have no idea what bondage sex is or aren't into it, i.e. vanilla. You're vanilla, you're the plain flavor because you're not into any of the dirty kinky stuff. It's not an insult, okay? Just get over it. And then there's non-vanilla people or the kinky folk, okay? These people are the people who are screaming across the internet at you guys to not listen and take this movie seriously, or the book, or its continuation. And I'm gonna be honest and say I'm one of those people. I do not endorse this book. I think it's terrible, it's badly written, it's completely misinformed, and it paints domestic abuse as BDSM. Yes, domestic abuse, I said it. I said it dresses up domestic abuse as BDSM and it tries to pass it off as BDSM. Saw a few quotes of the book going around the internet lately and I'm just gonna show you guys these quotes. I went and I found these quotes in the book just to be sure that, you know, they weren't taken out of context. Guess what? They weren't taken out of fucking context. No, I protest, trying to kick him off. That sounds like someone's taking away consent. He stops. If you struggle, oh Jesus, I'll tie your feet too. If you make a noise, Anastasia, I will gag you. That is taking away consent and someone ignoring it. Sexual assault, straight away, no matter what. This is at a point in the book where Anastasia doesn't really know the BDSM stuff she's really getting into and she doesn't know much about it at all. So if Anna doesn't know much about BDSM, why is she taking part in BDSM? Easily enough, she's coerced into it by Mr. Grey. In BDSM we have things called safe words which are mentioned in this book, but obviously let's say this was a full-on BDSM situation and Anna knew what she was doing, that no would have constituted as a safe word, which is most commonly known as red. So she would have called red and saying, instead of saying, no, stop. And he didn't listen. So he ignored the safe word, which makes it sexual assault or rape. And that's horrific. So we're just gonna keep going and find more quotes to make sure they weren't taken out of context. Oh look, they weren't. I'm sorry. You need to manage my expectations. I'm not a patient man. Well, you don't seem like a quality boyfriend at all, do you, Mr. Grey? Or a dom. Doms need to have lots of patience. He would probably like to beat 7 shades of shit out of me. The thought is depressing. If you're depressed about your boyfriend doing damage to you, then you're not into BDSM and you should not be taking part in it, you dumb bitch. Oh look, this is another part of the book where she says no and her consent is completely taken away and then ignored again. I think you're all gonna like this one, okay? Just tell me now, girls out there watching this video, how would you feel if you said this to your boyfriend and he said this to you, okay? Let's just say you're in bed with your boyfriend, you're doing stuff, right? And you say, no, please, I can't do this. Not now. I need some time, please. What if you said that to your boyfriend? You'd expect him to stop, right? But no, Mr. Grey goes on to say, oh, Anna, don't overthink this. We're girls, we overthink things anyway, but that's not the point. Jesus, this book. And this part is kind of scary to be honest in the entire thing is well, Alaska is very cold and no place to run. Wow, that sounds like something I would hear in a James Bond movie from the villain. I would find you. I can track your cell phone, remember? Wow, girls, when's the last time your boyfriend tracked your cell phone and when did you find that attractive? You know, there's even a point in this book in the storyline where Anna is very, very drunk and yeah, he completely coerces her from that point. He forces her to eat food at one stage. He forces her to exercise 3 or 4 days a week or something like that. which is insane. Why should a man be policing my body? If I ever had a man who was really dominant and I did all that BDSM stuff with, I would not be fucking letting that shit go on, because that's not a healthy relationship. That's complete control syndrome. It's terrible, okay? And it's sexual abuse, I swear to God. There's nothing like you really can't. I can't believe that people have fallen for this stuff saying it's BDSM or bondage, and I'm really scared that people are gonna go and watch this movie and think this is what BDSM is, and they're gonna go and try it out. That's really bad. Someone could get hurt. Relationships could completely collapse. People just have a totally bad view of what BDSM is from this movie. You know, when I first heard about this book, I thought, wow, the BDSM community, like the LGBT community, is coming into the light. This is good for them, right? They're getting some publicity in a good light. No, this is doing it very, very wrong. Much like the many misinterpretations people have about LGBT folk. I would not want to see BDSM friendly people get a bad name because of terrible writing like this. It's obvious the author did not put any research into it at all, and that's a real shame, because BDSM is something that is worth researching into. It's interesting, some of the relationship dynamics that you can discover, not to mention all the fun things you can do together. There's a point in the book where Christian Grey, the apparent dom, shows up at Anastasia Steele's house when she never gave him her address. That's creepy behavior, and it's not good. If a boy showed up to my house after me meeting him for the first time, second time, third time, and I never gave him my address, I would call the police. That's not sexy, that's not attractive at all. If you can just imagine Christian Grey's character not being a millionaire, not being good looking, and having a beer belly, then is it attractive that he's committing domestic abuse in the name of BDSM? Listen, let's get down to brass tacks. If you want to go and see this movie and you want to read this book, that's fine. I even had one person comment before saying that, hey, it's only fiction. No one's running around trying to participate as being a Hogwarts student after reading Harry Potter. That's fine, because spells aren't real. Bull whips are real. Zip ties are real. BDSM is real. And when you misrepresent it, you're gonna cause problems for people. So, as I was saying, if you want to go see this movie and you want to read these books, that's fine. You go and do that. But I promise you, there are much, much better sources for you to get your erotica fix or your alternative relationship / alternative sexuality media from. There's better writers out there, there's better books, there's more researched things that dip into this kind of stuff, and I think you should go and check those out. All you gotta do is do a Google search, people. You guys are all adults out there in the world. You guys can make judgments and be able to know what is safe and unsafe for you and what you and your partner can do together. My advice is to not let this book or this movie influence that for you. Don't think that you should try any of the things that they do in this book. Just don't. Because someone can get hurt. At the end of the day, 50 Shades Grey is fucking terribly written. I hate it. And as a person who can honestly say that I'm a kinky person and I don't care what you all think of me, it's a terrible representation of BDSM, and don't take it seriously. What do you guys think about this whole BDSM 50 Shades of Grey fiasco? Let me know in the comments section below, or you guys can send me a video response. That'd be cool too. You guys can connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Links are at the end of the video. Until next time, my fellow fetishists and LGBT people, all the love.